I don't like the angle where this is at. That's gonna have to do. So, anyway, hi there. My name's Kaylee. Obviously, as you can tell by stupid. Anyway, so I look like a zombie. Yeah, this lighting is not doing it for me. I hate it. It's like blinding me. So I might be doing this the whole video. I don't know. So, but I can't turn it off because if I do, I look like a zombie. And so we're just gonna keep it on. Anyway, so nice to meet you. I'm very stupid. This story also might make you think that I'm very stupid. I'm trying to raise my chair. So, this story, there's like some warnings. You might hear my family in the background because they're watching a comedy, and I look bad, and you might hear my congestion. So ignore that, and also ignore the fact that I'm going to be really like gesturing in this video, and it's going to be really distracting. So just ignore that. And I might also be doing this. I don't know. Probably not because I look like a zombie. Anyway, so this story, I had already filmed this video like 3 times, but all of them I look bad, so I just said screw it. No matter how bad I look, I'm gonna do it. And I am going to tell the story. And so this story starts like last year maybe. This was like, or maybe 2 years ago. I don't know how long it was, but this was like, this takes place like after Harvey, and I don't even remember. I'm stupid. And so I was going to my dad's for the weekend because just to visit him and stuff at his trailer. While I was at my dad's, my friend Caitlin, we'll call her Caitlin, was in the same neighborhood, so we decided, hey, we should hang out. So I went to hang out with Caitlin, and my dad let me stay the night at her house. And Caitlin's other friend, Sally, was also coming over, and we decided, hey, let's all just have a bunch of fun, and we'll just go down to the park in the neighborhood, and then on the way back, we'll go ding-dong ditching. So that seemed like a fun idea at the time, but of course, it didn't always work out, does it? And when Sally finally arrived, we were driving down to the park, and then these four-wheelers started driving back and forth around us, and it like really scared us because we thought they were like looking at us and like following us, and us being paranoid little children because of all the pedophiles nowadays, were like, oh my goodness, like, we were scared. And then me, being the stupid child I am, yelled at them on one of their third time backing around, and were like, you scared us, me being stupid. And it's like, you'll learn. So then when we got to the park, we were hanging out on the swings, and the teenagers pulled up and their four-wheelers to like go to the bathroom or something, and one girl and like these 2 other boys were like, they were just sitting there, and then we were about to go because we were like, hey, let's just go ding-dong ditching, do all the stuff. And we started yelling like random stuff at them, like, oh, my name's Shaniqua Darius, my name's Bone Queequee, all that stuff. All that like stupid, funny, not really funny, but seemed funny to us at the time stuff. And as we were like in the driveway, Caitlin said, hey, aren't you that girl who rides my bus? And then the lady said, oh, so by the way, I don't swear much. I just swear when I'm telling like a story and someone said a swear word in the story, so I just say that swear word. And then the girl said, "Hey, aren't you that bitch who threw a water bottle at me?" And we're like, "Caitlin, what did you do?" And then Caitlin goes, she like gestures to us like, "No, I didn't." She's like, "No, I didn't." And then she yells at her, Caitlin, why? Caitlin, why? She yells to these teenagers who are much more grown than us, and obviously a lot more stupid. Obviously very stupid. Not like we're not stupid, but obviously very stupid. So like, "Aren't you that bitch that's annoying?" And then me and Sally just glance at each other like, "Why, Caitlin? Why?" And then the girl, the teenager, start booking it towards us. She's like running towards us, and then we start booking it out of the parking lot. And then she like quickly ran back and like got on the 4-wheeler and got on like the golf cart and 4-wheeler, and like so did her friends, and they like start like rushing their like 4-wheelers and golf carts towards us, and we're insane right now. We're like going crazy, and then I can't stay still. I'm sorry, I just can't stay still. And we're like so we're like running, so we're like biking it back to the house, and then Caitlin's house, and then throwing firecrackers at us. They probably weren't firecrackers. They were probably rocks. They were probably like pebbles, but pretty sure they're firecrackers. And we're like scared to death. They like threw firecrackers at me, and I was like, I'm like, why are they throwing like rocks at us? Like, why do we do this? You know, because that's my mindset. And very stupid. So we were booking it, and they start throwing like pebbles, rocks at us, and then we're like, they started throwing rocks at us. They threw rocks at us. Why would they throw rocks at some children? I can't anymore. I can't. I'm out of here. I don't know what to do. So, obviously, me being my whole double-decker biscuit self could barely go faster than a slug on a bike, because I'm a whole double-decker biscuit. Yeah. Anyways, so when we're running, we're like biking it, and we're riding our bikes to the house, and we're like, why did we decide to do this? And they like start like going, and we thought, okay, they left, they did their damage, can you just leave us alone? But they start turning around. They turn around. They start turning around to come throw more rocks at us. And we're just like, oh, let me just hide behind this shed, because there was a shed. So because we had the idea in mind, like, hey, we're not gonna make it, let's just hide behind the shed. Then we hide behind the shed, and well, we're not hiding behind the shed. We put our bikes under the shed, and we're like, Stranger Things reference, because like they, you know how they like put their bikes under the bus, you know? You probably don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so we're like hiding in like a bush next to the shed, and this is like a thorn bush. There's like blood dripping down my legs, but like my adrenaline was like so high I didn't even notice. And Then, after they drive by again, they turn around again. Again! And then we realize, hey, what if they see us because they got their headlights? So we start booking it to the back of the shed where there's more thorns and more pain and more suffering and more adrenaline. So, and then Caitlin decides, hey, maybe I should call my parents. Maybe they can come pick us up because you know what, teenagers not really gonna challenge an adult. And whichever, okay. Which is not true if you learn anything about like high school and like rebellious teenagers and all that crap. But anyway, so she's like calling her mom and she's like, Mom, please come get us. It's like, oh, please come get us. These teenagers are like, I'm acting on point. It's like, Mom, please come get us. These teenagers, they're coming to attack us and they're throwing firecrackers at us and stuff. And her mom's like, obviously, her mom doesn't believe it because this is an insane story. And also, or Caitlin like pranks her family a lot because like, you know, that's what families do. They like have feuds and then they prank each other. So yeah, so she's like, no, you're lying, like blah blah blah. I'm not coming to get you. So she like hangs up and then they call her dad, and her dad does the same exact thing, and also her dad wouldn't have even been able to come pick us up anyways because he was driving home from work. And we decide, hey, let's just go because Caitlin's in tears, Sally's in tears, and me with my numbed self, me being the only one not crying because I'm like on the edge of tears. I'll be honest, I probably was crying. I don't remember, but we're like, so we grab our bikes and then book it to Caitlin's house. And we like kept hearing them like turning around and turning around and turning around. We didn't see them, but we kept hearing them. We heard them. They were like so loud. And then we were so relieved to see the lights of her brother's trailer, and we were like, oh, thank the Lord. And then as soon as we got in there, we were like, thank God. And we were like, we hid our bikes like in Caitlin's like old house, and like we hid our bikes in there, and we booked it inside of her house and then or trailer or whatever you want to call it, and like, let's have some mac and cheese. And then we had some mac and cheese, and then after we had our dinner, we went into like Caitlin's old house. And we were like hanging out in the little like hideout place we had. We were just hanging around like playing some music, and we could still hear the four-wheelers like running back and forth. And the next day when I had gone home, and I figured out from my grandmother and my dad that on the website, neighborhood website, they were talking about like, oh, these stupid children, they're like running around on four-wheelers and they're like causing disruption and all this blah 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 blah. And they're talking about the teenagers, and we're like, oh my goodness. So I tell my grandmother this story. Obviously I didn't tell them like what Caitlin said, because then they probably wouldn't have ever. This is me while I'm like editing this video. Sorry for my grandmother and my grandfather or my dad or my mom or anybody who like finds this video and is like, hey, you lied about that. It's like, sorry, I just didn't want to just say that. I don't even, yeah, just don't grab me. Or wanted me to hang out with Caitlin again. So, or the fact that we were gonna go ding dong ditching on the way back. So, and then my grandmother and my older brother are furious. They are furious. They literally, even if I did tell them, that wouldn't have given the teenagers the right to like come and like throw rocks at us. Like, you're like a 16, 17-year-old, and you're gonna get disturbed by some little children just riding around on bikes. Like, what in the world am I doing in this current just stop. Just stop. It's enough. Anyway, so my grandmother comments on the website, yeah, these kids, they were like throwing rocks at a child and her friends. And like, next day my older brother went to school and he was like, hey, well, obviously he wasn't gonna act all tough because these kids are like 16, 17, 15 years old, and he's obviously a lot younger than them. And he's like, hey, like, did you do this, blah, blah, blah. They literally acted like they were the victim. Like, they acted like we just, like, stabbed their mother. Like, it was ridiculous. And because that's just snakes, you know, no hate on Slytherin, because I am Slytherin house myself. Well, I am also in Gryffindor, but I'm also in Slytherin. I'm a Slytherin. And for all my Harry Potter fans. And so then this, like, so now whenever I, like, see the shed, I'm like, oh, there's where I almost got murdered. I did not almost get murdered. I'm just over dramatic, but yeah, so that's the end of my story. Guys, like, thanks for watching. This is me after like finishing editing this video. So yeah, just like my Musical.ly is like right here, and I'm gonna try to find a way to put a link in the description. I don't know if I will be able to, but go check down there just in case. And yeah, that's the end. So see you later, alligators. Bye.